YouTube's Kevin Wolford123. A few pickups I got from eBay. Been selling a few bits on as well. Let's go through the first issue I had. I had a dispute with a buyer for a Gameboy SP. I put a new case on it, sent it to him with Pokemon, and he said that the screen had dust under it. It had one speck of dust under the screen. But that's from factory. When you replace the case, the screen's a sealed unit, so you can't get into it unless you cut it with a knife. Once you've cut it, you've broken the seal. Excuse the text message. So he said that was a problem, and then he said that the shoulder buttons didn't work. Two messages. The shoulder buttons didn't work, and so when you play the game, obviously you couldn't play Mario Kart because you couldn't do skidding and throwing the weapons and that. So I got it back today, sent it back special delivery, plugged it in, put the game in. Nothing wrong with it. There is a bit of dust under the screen, but that's expected. I mean, the screens are old, and particles build up around the rubber edge inside of the screen when it's made. So over time, when that rubber, it's like a sticky rubber, when that deteriorates, it dries out and doesn't become sticky, and it's just like falls on the screen. There's not much you can do with every device, your mobile phones, everything. So I had to give him a refund, which was quite annoying because I've got my money back. He's got his money back, and I've lost out on postage, basically, because I had to give him the money back. So I lost the £5 out, and there was nothing wrong with it, so I was a bit pissed off with that. But anyway, that's out of the way. I got a Game Boy Color, this purple one. This one came with, I think it was 8 games, and I collect the multi-carts, so I sent the multi-carts out. Jesus Christ, I'm popular at the moment. Seriously, so yeah, I got some games. I wanted the multi-carts, and that was it. It's the only reason I bought the lot, because I already had a few of these knocking around. So I took the multi-carts out. I put the rest of the carts on eBay. But yeah, that was I think it was £8 or £10 with a load of games. This one, same colour again, I got with what it was someone was selling it collection only. So I said, will you deliver it? And they just didn't reply. So I thought, fuck it, I'll just chuck a tenner on. So I chucked a tenner on it. So I thought I'd chuck a tenner on it and see what happens. So I won it, and then they said, yeah, no problem. Postage will be £4.50 or something. So £14.50, I got myself the Game Boy. It came in this weird case. This thing, it's kind of like a drinks holder, like from when you were a kid. A flip-up thing. It goes inside. It holds it well, but still crap. Came with this light unit, plugs in the top, and then switches on with yellow lights, and another thing that's worthless. But it came with 2 games. Now, it came with Pokemon Crystal. Now, I know these go for quite a bit on eBay. They're usually about a tenner. And it saves, so there's nothing wrong with the game. And it came with another game. Now, this is what interested me, was the other game. The other game, they listed it as Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All. That was it. And it was this. Now, when I see it on the picture on eBay, it was really far out, so it was like that, and I thought, it's like a bootleg version of one of the games. I thought, yeah, I'll have that, just it's something to collect, another dodgy cart. But I've been selling this stuff on, with the console, so the games paired with the console go for a lot more. So I got it, and I looked at it. First thing I did was open the box, it was like that, and I was like, that's Pokemon Yellow. And that's what a lot of people want, is Pokemon Yellow, original game. And then I was like, oh, what about the one that was on the net then? And I just turned it over and I went, it's from a bubblegum pack, and they've Crazy Dips or something, and they've just stuck the sticker on the back of the game. So that'll peel off all right and clean up with a bit of goo gone. But this stuff, fetches a bit of money. So, these go for more than a tenner easily with a working battery. So, that's £10. So now I've got to make a £5 profit. So I've got the Game Boy for a £5 and that. Now this goes for about a tenner as well. This is really collectible because I don't see many of these on the net. You see red, you see blue, you see Sapphire, Ruby, all of them ones, but you rarely see Pokemon Yellow, especially in a decent condition, with a working save, so I don't need to change the battery on it. So easily get a tenner for that. So, all in all, I've made a £5, and gained the Game Boy as well, so can't knock that. Also got this little lot, just because no one bid on it, I thought, I'll chuck £1 on it, just see what happened, and it's box complete games for Game Boy Color. I haven't taken them out yet. So you've got Earthworm Jim, complete with instructions. No idea what it's like. Wings of Fury, which I've never heard of, complete again with instructions. F1 World Grand Prix, which is probably shit, like all F1 games are. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX, complete. Bugs Bunny Martian Alert, and this one I thought was probably made it worth it, is Grand Theft Auto. You know, the original one, bit of focus, there you go. Just like the old top-down one on the PS1. So, you know, for a quid. I think it was £4 delivery as well, so a fiver all in all. I mean, you probably couldn't even get that for a fiver on its own. Especially, I mean, they're good condition. I mean, there's no marks, rips, tears on them. So, yeah, pretty sweet. Anything else? Yeah, I've got a case for Game Boy Advance, original one. I got a Game Boy Advance which was in this condition, with a job lot of stuff I got, which was labelled as faulty, but it wasn't faulty. One of the charge pins, I mean, not the charge pin, the actual battery pins was corroded. So I got a fiberglass pen and cleaned it off, booted first time. So ordered a new case, comes with new springs in it. So I put a brand new case on it, so it cost me £3 in total. Yeah, you know, I don't really need it, but it's another one to the collection to dump in a box. Oh yeah, and the one with Pokemon and that came with another Game Boy camera, which is yellow. I've got an abundance of these. They seem to be everywhere, and you just can't get rid of them. The same as the Pokemon pinball game. That comes with everything I buy. Everyone's got one. So I tend to like give them away with all the consoles I sell. But yeah, that's just a little insight on what I've got so far. There is more coming, but it hasn't turned up. And I actually waited for the postman. I actually stayed downstairs on the couch waiting for the postman to knock the door. And then I thought, well, he ain't coming. Went to go out, and the card was on the doorstep saying came at 10 o'clock. He didn't knock the door. So I think he just comes around, knocks. He thinks I'm not in all the time, I think, and he just posts the card straight through without even knocking. So I didn't hear anything. But anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, check back soon. See you guys.